And one of the questions we get asked often is, what's the next step after I prepare and file a patent application? What happens? What is the process? So in this video, we're going to talk specifically about after you file your patent application, what happens? And the process is pretty simple in terms of the steps, however, a little bit complicated in terms of what has to be done at each step. So the first thing that happens when you file a patent application is that the Office of Initial Examinations at the Patent Office looks at your application to make sure that all the parts are there. Once they review your application to determine all the parts are there, they'll send you a filing receipt. On the other hand, if they find that certain things are missing or need to be completed, they will send you a notice of missing parts, and then you have to correct those things. Now, there's various time frames for doing this. So the first thing that happens after you file your patent application is that the Office of Patent Exam, the initial examination, takes a look at your patent application to determine if all the parts are there. The next thing that happens is once all the parts are there and you've cleared that step, you're now put into an art unit in the patent office where the patent case is assigned to a patent examiner. And then they pick up the case and examine it. Once an examination happens, you will get the analysis or the examination in writing, and it will tell you all of the concerns that the patent office has. Whether it's your patent is, not patentable. Whether your idea is not patentable, they will tell you that, and they'll tell you the reasons why. Whether there is some procedural issue in terms of errors and mistakes that were made in filing the application, they will also tell you that. They'll tell you if there's any issues or concerns with the drawings and the figures. By the way, we have another video that explains all the parts of the patent application, so you can take a look at that. We'll put a link down below for that one. Once the examination happens and you get feedback from the patent office, then you need to respond to that. And you're given a certain period of time, typically 3 months, to respond to that. It's at that point where your attorney or you need to respond to the patent office. And one of the key things to do at this point is to set up a time to talk to the examiner to understand the examiner's analysis. I don't recommend just filing a response. I highly recommend talking to the examiner because a lot of things can be achieved through verbal communication. Once you respond to the examiner and you send your response in, then the examiner will do further analysis or examination of your patent application and decide whether your patent's allowed, or they send you a final rejection saying that your patent's not allowed. But that's not the end of it. You can continue the examination and your attorney will know how to do that. They can teach you or talk you through it as to what are the different steps. So when you get a final rejection from the patent office, it's never final. It is just saying that it's final for this round. If you want more rounds of examination, you have to file specific papers and request specific things. I'm Jubin Dana with Dana Legal Services. In this video, remember, we talked about the procedure that happens in terms of what goes on after you file your patent application. And there were 3 things that you need to keep in mind. You get an initial examination telling you the application's complete. The second step that happens is you get an examination from an examiner that tells you whether or not you can get a patent based on the application you file. And then the third step that happens is you respond to that examination report. If you have any questions, give us a call. Here's our contact info. Have a good day.